Hello, my friends. This is Andy coming to you live from Southern California. Coming to you live on a Monday evening, 7/16. Weird. I haven't been able to schedule any of these broadcasts ahead of time because news rapidly changes, additional things happen, and then I didn't want to commit. Lately, I've not wanted to commit to a title because it's just crazy. I was telling a friend of mine, Amy, just a few minutes ago, a little while ago, I texted her and said, I'm exhausted from the Bidens and the media and social media. But yet I had to come on to talk about it, to do even more, to exhaust myself. Hey, Amy, nice to see you. Hey, just talking about you. Hey, Chuck Knight watching on YouTube. Nice. Oh, I love that. The logo thing or whatever you call that. The, the thing. Oh, right here. No, wait, hold on. There, that thing. That thing. I love that thing. Chuck Knight is, what are you, double black belt, triple black belt, quadruple black Bruce Lee black belt? You're something like that, aren't you? All right. So we're going to be talking about a few things here in just a minute. But let's get to the sponsors. I have failed to do that a few times. But what I want you to do is go to today'shappycoffee.com. Today'shappycoffee.com is fantastic. It has been keeping me going. I had to write a report this morning. I had to go run a bunch of errands. I bought my one of my sons a scooter because he needed one. The one he has is starting to rattle a little bit, so I had to go get a new one. Wrong thing. This is the lemonade from happycoffee.com. The Happy Coffee, the Max Plus. I have to tell you, I'm going to tell you about this first. I have lost a good deal of weight. It's fantastic. I love it. I feel healthier and happier. I sleep fantastic. Although last night I didn't sleep that good, but that's another story. Not only I had a lot on my mind because of everything that's going on. I'm trying to think, what direction can I go to? How is it? Can I save the world? How can I save the United States of America? How can I save California? I'm just one man. How can I do it all? But in spite of that, in most nights, the Happy Coffee, plus my son, my 9-year-old, had to come and sleep and get in my bed and crawl in there. Can I sleep with you? And kick me all night, besides all that. In any case, I don't know why I went on that subject. Today's happycoffee.com is fantastic. It's got a great appetite suppressant, and the happy hormone boost is fantastic. The dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin boost is fantastic. And then now combined with the CBD, today's CBD oil, it's been amazing. The best CBD on the planet, made by Vaseo, which is one of the top 50 healthcare companies in the world. It's fantastic. Combined with those two things, it may be coincidence, I don't know, but all the other Vaseo products, if you go to Vaseo.com and get some of the other products, that's right down there, Vaseo.com, go there and get some of the get some of the Core Complete. We got the protein shake that I take during my workout or just before my workout, and the skincare products, what makes me look much younger than I actually am. I'm actually 90 years old, but because of the skincare, which is scientifically proven to turn back that's times. Now, combine all those things, and it seems coincidentally that at the same time I started taking all these products, I'm off almost every one of my pharmaceuticals. And as a matter of fact, I went to the doctors and they told me, hey, stop taking the pharmaceuticals. You are now too healthy based on the weight that you've lost, apparently, and that whatever supplement you're taking, however you're eating, the exercise you're doing, stop taking them because now your blood pressure is so low that you may pass out. And we don't want that happening while you're driving. So that's that. It's been great. I can't speak highly enough, and that is one of the reasons why I make sure and tell you about these things is not necessarily so that you'll buy them. I mean, buy them, to support me, but buy them because they are fantastic products, and I really do believe in them very much. Hello from Southern California, the real SoCal. Evening from what's the real SoCal? How is that different? Well, you're down in San Diego. I got it. I'm in Orange County. Not the real SoCal. I get it now. All this time you've been saying it, and I've not really understood what you're saying. All right. So what is so odd about everything that's coming out about Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, Larry Biden? Who are the different? Not Larry. Is it Larry? No, I forget. But the brothers, right? You got Joe's brothers that he's made all of these people wealthy. Somehow Joe, who's been in politics for 50 years, somehow he's extremely wealthy, has several homes, lives on the East Coast, on the oceanfront property, has people. Hey, Miguel, nice to see you. Miguel, a fantastic guy. If you're not following Miguel, you need to start following Miguel. He is a brilliant man and just has a whole station. It'll take half my show just to tell you all of Miguel's credentials, but follow him. All right. But you have this guy, Joe Biden, right? Who's enriched everybody below him, essentially below in the family tree, right? You got Joe at the top, senator, vice president, and now running for president of the United States, and you got his family, including Jill, by the way, Dr. Jill, who's really not a doctor. But anyway, you got these people that have been raking in millions of dollars. If you total it, it's in the billions of dollars, right? Billions of dollars between all of them. And from all of, coincidentally, all right. So we're going to say like when I talk about these products, coincidentally, at the same time that he's involved in these countries, his family members are getting $1 million and $1 billion deals from those countries. And I just want to lay this, I'm going to do it in a simple form, because there's some Democrats that watch, and I know I have to keep it simple for them, and they have trouble understanding, facts. But keeping it simple, just understand this. Just on this very first layer of corruption, potential corruption, is that you have Joe Biden, who is a senator, vice president, and then running for president, who happens to, as a senator and then especially as vice president, happens to do deals in these countries. He's responsible for governmental policy, foreign policy in these countries. Coincidentally, at the same time as he's flying to and from these different countries, there's deals happening with his family members. And we're supposed to ignore that. What the media wants, what the other Democrats want, the deal leadership, Pelosi's and the Adam Schiffs. How is Adam Schiff still a thing? But Adam Schiff, he wants us to ignore that. That it's just coincidence that these family members who have no history, no skill set in any of the business deals that they have received in those countries, that it just so happens that Joe Biden has been in, that they somehow get $1 million, $1 billion deals that nobody else in the United States can get, by the way. People that have the skills, people that have the knowledge, people that have the background and expertise in those areas, they can't get those contracts. But somehow Joe Biden's brothers and son get $1 million and $1 billion deals. So it's just coincidence. And also Joe Biden doesn't know anything about it. Like I never even spoke to them about it. Somehow they knew when I was in Russia, however, when I was in Ukraine, whenever I was in China, whenever I was in Iraq and dealing with that, it just so happens they coincidentally also, his brothers and Hunter, all at the same, just happened to be there. And I don't know how it happened. They want us to believe that. I'm going to get to the circling the wagons, but I just want to lay the groundwork. All right. Let me also play a little something from Dan Bongino, and he will even further go through some facts that we're also supposed to ignore. All right. Let me just go ahead and bring this up, and we're going to bring this up. I'm not going to mute my mic. If somebody could tell me whether or not, yeah, Miguel, perfect. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz. Duh. Yeah. Don't pay attention. No, I don't know how they did it. But let me know if you hear echo. Supposedly, StreamYard has put in an anti-echo component in the platform. So I'm going to leave my mic open while this video runs. So let me know if you get an echo, please. All right, let me go ahead and bring this up. Oop, I got to take down my lower third.
Is an active national security threat to the United States. Known enemies of the United States, notably Russia and China, nuclear-powered enemies. We now have records and emails indicating, and a Senate investigation, conclusively, that a member of the family has taken payoffs from people connected to Vladimir Putin, $1 million payoffs, a member of the Biden family, Hunter, $1 million payoffs from the former mayor of Moscow's wife, a noted friend of Putin. We also know that there have been payoffs from what they call China Inc., the Biden family, that is, the Chinese Communist Party, where in one of the emails it stated some of that money was being held in reserve for Joe Biden. Wait, you're suggesting that an article hints that Joe Biden may be in the back pocket monetarily of the Chinese Communist Party? That's exactly what the article is saying. There's more news this weekend about the Ukraine angle as well. You're like, this gets worse? Of course it gets worse. There's another article indicating what? In Ukraine, he was up to something too. Ukraine, where President Trump was impeached over a perfectly legitimate phone call with the leader of Ukraine. Yeah, now you know why he was impeached, to distract you from what Biden did in Ukraine. Daily Caller this weekend. Stunning article. Was Joe Biden's family paid off to get a prosecutor fired in Ukraine that was looking into a company that hired Hunter Biden? The great Chuck Ross, Daily Caller, Burisma official told Hunter Biden they wanted to, quote, close down an investigation about the firm's owner, according to an unconfirmed email. Fascinating. So again, to walk this through for the liberals who are having a tough time processing basic information, a company in Ukraine, Burisma, was under investigation. Fact. Company hires Hunter Biden, son of Joe Biden. Also a fact. One of their deliverables in an email was to get the investigator looking into said company fired. Also a fact. Also a fact, Joe Biden, who was the vice president and point man for the Obama administration on Ukraine, is on tape demanding that same prosecutor be fired. Fact. Final fact, that prosecutor was in fact fired after Biden's demands.
Yeah, it's a matter of fact. Mm-hmm.
Well, those are you can have your opinion on that. To use the overused adage, which I'm getting a little tired of, but you get it. You are entitled to your own opinion, of course. Yeah. You are not entitled to your own set of facts. To quote Ben Shapiro, facts don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, facts don't care about your feelings. And those are facts. Those are those are facts. Now, again, just to remind everybody, those of you that are watching that have not watched me before, understand that I was a police officer for 21 years. I was a sex crimes detective for a little while. I eventually left because I hated it. I happen to be very good at interviewing people, but I also hated it at the same time, and I had to leave. And then I went back to patrol and was a better police officer because of my time in detectives. And the only reason I'm telling you that is because I want you to understand that we have sometimes less evidence, less even circumstantial evidence, and we started an investigation than what we have here. Like, here is like overwhelming, including now a laptop with emails on a laptop that we know is Hunter Biden's. It has been proven that it's Hunter Biden's, regardless of what you're hearing. And why else would Hunter Biden's attorney prior to it all coming out, why would Hunter Biden's attorney want said computer, the computer and the hard drive? Why would his attorney go and try to get the computer back if it's not his? Why? So again, listen, when I'm a police officer and I have a little bit of evidence here and there, and I go, wow, that's really odd that all these things happen to occur at the same time. Oh, do you have an email that says that these two are conversing? Oh, wait, somebody says something about Papa or the big man or the big guy, and the only person above anybody they're talking happens to be the vice president of the United States of America in 2015. That we are supposed to ignore that as long. I mean, just as a police officer, and now the FBI is doing. Well, we're going to find out if the Russians are involved. What? Are you crazy? You got the media who cares nothing about all the coincidences, cares nothing, and say we believe the Russians are involved. The Russians did this. The Russians did what? The Russians went to Hunter Biden's home. Whispered into his ear when he was having a crack episode. on crack, it says, hey, your computer's broken. Take it to Joe Smith. I don't know the real guy's name. Take it to Joe Smith, the computer fixer guy, and drop it off. And you know what? Don't pick it up because we got something we want to do. So you got what the Russians did this while he was in a stupor and said, hey, we're gonna pay you or whatever. How are the Russians involved in the fact that he actually got the computer, got a car, drove there and dropped it off and signed his signature? How are the Russians involved in that? What is it? What? Where is the story? I don't understand. I've seen this. I even got dimwits. Look at this. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to remove this. Oh, thank you for telling me about the echo too. I muted my mic and that's when it got better. I thought maybe they fixed it, but they apparently did not. And so where is this going? So I have dimwits like this. Let me go ahead and bring this guy up. And I love it. I that's why I never cancel anybody that's on my Facebook. Any friends? Hey, there's Amy. She commented on something or liked something or laughed at something. Media and social media circle. Oh, sir. Oh, you're laughing at this thing. Oh, and there's anyway. It's showing my your comments. All right. So we have this Mark who Savio. Is he Russian? I just realized that his name is that a Russian name. Either way, in his comment, the collusion with Russia by Trump was already established by Mueller. Really? Really? And then the Republican Senate Intelligence Committee confirmed it. They did. Where was I when all this happened? I don't recall that happening. No matter how you try to spin, dodge, and deny it, Trump is on the hot seat with Rudy, Ron Johnson, and other useful idiots who are ignoring our own FBI and the entire U.S. intelligence network that has confirmed Russian agents are feeding them bogus propaganda to damage this country, and they don't care. They don't care. We're all going to die of the COVID-19 anyway. What do you mean we don't care? What the fudge? I promised somebody I was going to stop cussing. I'm going to try. But these people make it hard. They make it very hard. I'm going to bring in my Zen, whatever that is. I don't know what that it really means. I'm going to bring in something. Calm me down. Because really, this moron, I love morons. I do. I love them when they comment because it just really rounds up. Because when I put something up, which I know is going to trigger somebody, they are so stupid. They fall for it every time. That's how dumb they are, right? They're so dumb that they fall. It's like a trap. It's like one of those, you know how dumb it is? When I was a kid, and for years I did this. For years, this is how dumb I am. But also, I put up this trap. I put a cardboard box from the Rexall Drugs or the Alondra Market, which is down the street from my house. I take a stick from a tree and I put it to prop open the box so that it's up on the stick. And then I have a string, a kite string, and then I go hide behind something. And my patients are like, I was there for 10 minutes waiting, and I put breadcrumbs, hoping that a bird would go underneath the box to get the breadcrumbs. No bird was stupid enough to go underneath that box so that I could pull. It never worked. I don't know. I saw it maybe on a Pooh Bear story. I don't know where I saw it to put a cardboard box on a stick with a string and then pull it when a bird never fell for it. The birds were in the tree. Look at that idiot. He's got a box with a stick. The thing, my point of the story is that this guy, what's his name? He's a friend on Facebook. Mark Savoyak. He's got to be Russian. This is Russian collusion on my Facebook page. So this Mark dude, he is the dumbass bird that actually falls for the cardboard box string and a stick bread underneath the box trick. That's Mark. He's one of the morons that falls for that trick. I have a few of them. There's another one named Shauna. I don't know what happened to her. I haven't seen her lately. She responds to my COVID-19 things that I know is going to trigger her, but she's not been triggered lately. She must have finally got tired of my shenanigans. But Mark is one of those dumb birds. He's the one bird who's, hit his head too many times into a window and fell for the box under the bread under a box trick, and fell for it. And so I love these guys because they are so stupid. What is he reading? Where is he getting his information? That the intelligence community, right? What did he say? The intelligence committee confirmed it, number one, and then ignoring the FBI and the entire U.S. intelligence network. All right, let me show you what part of the intelligence network had to say about this thing. Let's bring him up now, and we'll see today. This came out today, and we'll see if he confirms what Mark, the moron. I'd rather say Mark the moron because I can't pronounce his last name because obviously he's Russian and he's providing propaganda on my Facebook page. Twitter, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to make it look. So this is directly from the head of the intelligence organizations here in our great government. Here we go. Are you ready? Listen to this. Oh, I have to mute my mic. Sorry. Let me mute my mic. Stand by.
President Trump and then Congressman Adam Schiff pushing the blame on the Kremlin, claiming Russia is responsible for the Hunter Biden email story. And I'm back with Director Ratcliffe. Director, how is it possible that an elected official gets away with going on television and saying something as false as these emails, Hunter Biden situation is not true, it's disinformation from the Kremlin, even after 4 years, 3 years really, where Adam Schiff went on lots of shows and said that President Trump colluded with Russia and that collusion was in plain sight? Why is there no accountability? He's an elected official. How does he come out on the news media and say all of these things if it's not true, Director?
Well, unfortunately, as you know, Maria, I was a member of Congress, and members of Congress have the ability and have a platform to say things and to say those things not under oath and to make representations to the American people. Unfortunately, sometimes the things that they say and the things that they represent are not true. And in this case, with regard to Hunter Biden's laptop being part of a Russian disinformation campaign and the intelligence community believing that or assessing that is simply not true. And the way we deal with that is to have officials like me come out and tell the American people, because the only intelligence that Adam Schiff gets is the intelligence that we, the intelligence community, give him. And we have given him no such intelligence. So to be clear about that. But to your earlier point, Maria, about, how can people trust what's going on is, this is an administration. I realize it maybe hasn't happened as quickly as people want, but President Trump has put people in important positions to bring truth to the American people about these issues. Yeah, I shouldn't have been the one 4 years later to have to bring this information to light. But the fact is, I've been able to do that, and I'll continue to do that. And I think that, one of the things that the American people have to consider, some of which has now been proven to be criminal, those are the same people that want to return to power. They want to have the same opportunity to control the levers of power and to, again, mislead the American people. So I think that's something that the American people should consider as they go in and, look at elections and everything that is going on in this country. But again, I think it's important that we have the opportunity to bring truth to what the American people should know, and I'm going to continue to do that as long as I'm privileged to hold this position.
So we know that Hillary Clinton comes up with the idea to tie Trump to a Russia scandal, and then the intelligence agencies of our great country are weaponized, and there is entrapment going on where Trump campaign people were targeted unlawfully, like Carter Page, who was wiretapped for a year. No charges were ever lobbed against Carter Page. How come we haven't seen more accountability? I mean, people out there might say, well, yeah, okay, Hillary Clinton came up with a story against her political opponent, and you say that the FBI was complicit in all of this, but we don't see any indictments. We don't see any prosecutions. What's taking so long, Director? Why can't the American people actually see justice in all of this?
Well, again, I think some of this is because some of the documents that underscore the abuses of power are just coming to light. I mean, I've just declassified some of them. And that has been, a process that's been in the works. But, with respect to the accountability, I respect the fact that John Durham, prosecutors shouldn't be looking at election calendars. They should be, concerned with the fair administration of justice. And I'm sure that John Durham is trying to do that. And, frankly, presents the best opportunity for there to be that accountability and that justice. There have been indictments, or there has been an indictment, and someone will go to prison for things that occurred at the FISA court that shouldn't have happened. My hope is, and our best chance for there to be accountability and for there to be people held responsible for things that shouldn't have happened in the intelligence community and in the law enforcement community against a political campaign, against a political candidate by the other party, is to not put those folks back in power and for this to, be swept away.
Should there be a special counsel investigating this that stays regardless of who's in the White House next year?
Well, again, I think the most important thing, without getting into special counsels, is Let's let the process of justice work its way through. There's someone that is approaching it carefully. It's resulted in an indictment. I think there'll be more indictments. Based on the intelligence that I have access to, I certainly believe that there should be.
Director Ratcliffe, it's good.
Hi, Vay. It was good all the way until the last minute or two. I let it roll because I knew that was coming, and I thought, well, I'll let and see if you guys got the same feeling. Not Don, yes. Just popped up. Yes, it was so good when he was said the Russia's not involved. That is clear, right? He's very positive about that. I believe him when he says that, and of course I believe him because I don't believe that Russia is sitting there going, "Hey, I know what we can do. We can go get Hunter Biden's computer." Like there. Anyway, none of that was happening. He was so clear, and then all of a sudden, bam! He turns into a politician, and mother. I'm gonna restrain. I'm gonna restrain. I am going to restrain. The thing is, we cannot, all of us that are watching, we cannot let Donald Trump lose. He cannot lose. She asked him, yeah. There was something here I heard earlier. I saw something about cussing. Oh, I don't know. I lost it. So sorry. Oh, there it is. This is no time to give up cussing. The problem is, there's so much to cuss about that it'll just be an F fest, and a S fest, and just so crazy. Juju Blaze says, "Shoot him in the leg." Dash Joe Biden. Joe Biden says, "Shoot him in the leg." What an idiot! He's a moron. He's a complete idiot. Last thing, and I don't have any more that I'm going to share. That was really long, I know, but I needed to run it out because Don felt the same thing. You have this perfectly good interview with Ratcliffe going on, where he's very knowledgeable and it sounds great. He's doing good, and all of a sudden you get into the fumbling for the words to be a politician, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. This is getting dirty. This is dirty. This is what we voted for Donald Trump for. Not only his policies, not only for everything that he actually has done. He's made promises and held to those promises. But it's driving people crazy. They know they're going to be exposed. They know that they're a little bit of extra cash that they were getting from all these governments and all these organizations to special interest groups. That's going to go away. Right? They got into politics to become rich. They didn't come into politics to do the right thing for their constituents. That's not why they became politicians. Somebody told them these are people that have been in politics all their life, right? They either were some type of booster or they got involved, and somebody said, "Hey, there's this thing you can do once you become," and then you get to know people, and then things happen, and then you get a little kickback, and then you get high enough, you really become wealthy. And they've seen people do it. They see Nancy Pelosi in a multi-million-dollar home, gated community. You see Barack Obama living the life. You see all these people that were broke at one point now living very wealthy as politicians, not as business owners, not as entrepreneurs, not as businessmen like Donald Trump, where he earned his money, right? Sure, he borrowed money from his dad. And wouldn't you not? Hey, I want to make an investment. His dad also turned him down to give him money. And this is what you do. You borrow money, you leverage money, and you create wealth. You create business, but you're doing it legally. You're doing it lawfully. You're trying to help somebody else. This is the way businesses run, not politics. You don't go into politics and get a deal with the Ukraine to fire somebody so that you can then enrich yourself by having somebody fired, and then give them blankets and pillows in return. And then the son is able to get paid $85,000 a month for doing nothing, that is not legal. That is not right. As a building builder, what do you want to call that? An investor, a builder, a construction guy. They do it all the time, leveraging money to buy a piece of property that they couldn't afford on their own. And then buying it and then selling the rights to it. This is business. That's big business. And that's how you do the right things. You create wealth for not only yourself, but other people, but also you create something that benefits the people within the city. right? Big buildings, motels, hotels, people get to work. You employ hundreds, if not thousands of people. It all is what we're all, that's, what the United States was built off of, that kind of business. Corruption is built off politicians doing what Joe Biden's doing, completely different thing. Sorry, I got all wonky there for a second. Since legislatures are the founding fathers intended. Correct. Absolutely. They weren't turned on their own, because when we start turning over stones, all the bugs will scatter. Yeah. You're going to find people. I think we're going to find people that we thought were pretty decent people, not so decent people, right? We know that Biden is corrupt. We've always known that he's an idiot, right? He back when he was plagiarizing stuff. Why he's even been nominated, it's just like the stupidity of the people voting for him, the early voters. I'm going to vote for Biden, and nothing's going to change my mind. Even the pedophilia son that has pedophilia on his computer, that's not going to stop me. that Joe Biden required his son to give him 50% of his wealth. No, we're still going to, that doesn't matter, from China. No, we're still going to vote for him. Doesn't matter. He's been a plagiarist. He's been a liar. He lied about a drunk driver killing his family, which more stuff is coming out about that, right? I saw some stuff. Amy brought some stuff to my attention, some more information about that whole thing. So crazy. Craziness. He is a bad guy. He's a hateful bad guy. He's also racist. And yet they don't care. They're still going to vote for him. And then you have the media and the social media circling the wagons to protect him. For what reason? None of that makes sense. They've simply been taught to hate Donald Trump. They don't, I think it is so weird. It is so weird that I see people that I know are broke protecting Joe Biden with their stupid Facebook comments. I see people that really have they don't even know politics. Again, you got this guy named Mark, the Russian guy. He's saying stuff that's completely stupid. Like, it's just the dumbest thing and yet he's writing it, and he's written it on several of my posts. Right? This is just one of the posts that he's commented on, and talking about Mueller. The Mueller investigation that solved everything. That said he was guilty. Did you? What do you? I don't see. Nope, nothing in Mueller's report said that Donald Trump was guilty. Donald Trump is still our president. I don't know how you missed that fact. The propaganda. I'm not sure what propaganda you're talking about. The propaganda bullshit. Oh, so sorry. Dang it. I almost made it through the whole broadcast. Mother of pearl. But it is shocking. The last part of this is that it's shocking and amazing, and I don't understand what the media gets out of it. I other than they're being paid off, other than they're being told to do so. But the lowerlings, the little reporters that are on the street, it's peaceful. It's peaceful here. It's a peaceful protest. Yeah, it's mostly peaceful. I don't know what's going on. All right, my friends. So listen, the only action step I have for you is don't let Donald Trump lose. You cannot. It is up to you. I'm doing my part. I need you to do your part now. I am doing everything I can. I'm speaking. I'm wearing shirts, and I wear these. I just went to the Petco to go buy some dog food, wearing my shirt and my mask that says Donald Trump 2020, or was it Vote Dems Out? VoteDemsOut.com. I was wearing my mask. I'm flying colors. People are talking to me. I'm high-fiving people and knuckling people. Let's get Donald Trump voted in. I go to church wearing the same thing. I'm sitting in a church of 3,000 people with no mask, proving that this COVID-19 thing is baloney. It may exist. It may have killed the vulnerable. We know that. Keep them safe. But we are 3,000 people per service, 3 services a day, up to something like 12,000 people if you count the people that are out on the outside. In the courtyard, showing up at church every Sunday, even Wednesday nights. Up to 3,000 people show up on Wednesday nights. They have special events on Saturday where 3,000 plus people show up for that event. Not wearing masks, not social distancing. Not one person is getting sick from COVID-19, hospitalized. Not one person has died. We have children in the classrooms. Up to 25, 30 children in each one of the classrooms, groups at least, minimum, no mask, having a good time, enjoying, and they're there, and everybody's happy. This is all to, listen, we know, the people watching, I know this is all to try to not allow Donald Trump to have another 4 years. We must band together and make sure that we have a Trump 2020. Thank you, Sandra, very much. You're watching on Facebook. And I know George Soros. More stuff is coming out about that guy that I have to figure it out more of it. It's complicated, the joke. I know it doesn't seem like it should be. It's just that he's an evil human being. But there's some other stuff that's come out recently that I've been reading about George Soros. So my friends, all right, do more. You need to do more. You need to talk to people, get more people out, get them to vote. If you have any friends that they're on the fence or not sure what to do, talk to them. I don't know, send them one of your favorite shows that maybe makes sense to them. One of my goofball shows. I'm not sure if that will help. And send them to Dan Bongino. He's very clear in his facts. Dan Bongino is a great place for people to go that are on the fence to hear some of the stuff. I don't know what you can do. If you know anybody that's on the fence, you just got to share with them and say, listen, do you believe in America? Do you like living here? Do you like having freedom? Do you like the fact that if you have a job, do you like having a job? Do you want to pay more taxes or less taxes? Right? Do you want the freedom of speech? Do you want to have the freedom of not having religion and having a religion? Do you want to be able to go to church if you go to church? Do you want your churches to open? Whatever that is, right? Do you want babies to be killed at 9 months when they're halfway out of the vagina? Do you think it's okay that they get killed? If you think it's okay, then you're going to vote Democrat. If you don't think it's okay, then vote Republican. And this is the truth. This isn't hyperbole. This isn't making crap up. Democrats are okay. You had the governor of New York, I think it was, or maybe it was de Blasio. I'm not sure which one. But when they voted to allow partial birth abortions, which means the baby can be halfway out of the vagina when they kill it, sticking scissors in the back of its neck and kill that baby, that they lit the, I think it was the Empire State Building. It could have been the new, one building, whatever that building's called. I forget I think they named it something different. They lit it up pink, right? They lit it up pink in honor, or was it a red? I don't know. They should have been blood red, but it was pink, right? They lit it up pink in honor of the ability to kill children in partial birth abortions. They are evil people, right? Are you for that? Do you think it's okay to kill children as they're coming out of the vagina, as long as they're not all the way out? You can kill partial birth abortion. That's okay with you? If it is, then I can't help you. It's not okay on any stretch. It's not okay. It's not okay at that point. It's not okay when they're 6 months in the womb. All right. But if you think it's okay for partial, I'm sorry I'm on this thing, but this is really important. This is really a game changer for me. I mean, it just like, that is it. They are evil, nasty, horrible people. On top of the fact they're trying to destroy America and change our Constitution and take away our rights, that they are the enemy. Anybody that votes Democrat right now, to me, is the enemy. It is like the Civil War. I will go to war for this country and I will fight my friends that are Democrats if that's what it takes. I will. That's where I'm at. And that's just a fact of life. I don't know what to tell you. We are at a Civil War point. If called to go to civil war and to fight anybody that's on the Democratic side of the enemy side of the enemy line, I will fight them. That is exactly where I'm at, because it's not right. Our country is the greatest country on the planet that's ever been created. We are the most generous country on the planet. We are a country that has always worked towards the abolishment of slavery back in the day. Always worked towards it. Never went back. Always worked towards it. Went and fought a war. Right? We had a war against our family and our friends who were on the other side to abolish slavery. We are not a systemically racist country. I don't care what you say. We believe in law and order. Do not defund and dismantle law enforcement. I'm sorry I'm ending on this big rant, but that's just, you're watching and that's what I'm doing. And so you have to get strong. I'm telling you right now, I will go to war against Democrats if that's what it takes. I know some of my friends will be on the other side, but that's not my problem. That's their problem. Just like I would have arrested one of my friends if they committed a child molestation, a robbery, an auto theft. I would arrest them. As a matter of fact, I arrested people that I knew. Saw people that I went to high school and junior high in jail, in handcuffs, and said, "Hey, sorry, I'm not going to help you. That's your problem, not mine. That's your choices. That's your choice. Your choice to be a Democrat. You are the enemy at this point, because there is way too much at stake. Our country is at stake at this point. So that's it. I'm ending all that. Let me see some of these comments that came up. I am so sorry that I went on a little rant there, but I'm not sorry all at the same time. Me too. I stand with Trump. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Okay, I lied. One more thing. And I love what you said there, Sandra, and I do appreciate that you stand with Trump. But somebody asked me, so why are you voting for Trump? I'm not voting for Trump necessarily. I'm voting for the policies. I'm voting for the United States of America. I'm voting for our Constitution. That's why I keep saying this. That's why I say country, Constitution, and I say both those because they are in line. They are both important. I'm fighting for my children's future. I'm not voting for Trump. He is the path to saving our country. He is the only man that could be in charge and can do what he's doing because he's incredible. Who cares about his tweets? Who cares about his? I don't care. He is the man who can be there, who's apparently clean enough to be attacked from every law enforcement agent, corrupt law enforcement agency, every corrupt Democrat and Republican politician that can withstand the media attacking him and investigating him. There's no other person that I know of that could stand in that spot, regardless of his past, regardless of his sins, and fight for unborn children, can fight for our Constitution, can fight for the United States of America, can fight for churches, and probably maybe for the first time he walked into church and he tithed yesterday, he was tithing. I don't know what's happening with him on a spiritual thing or on a Christianity thing or a God thing. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care because I'm voting not for necessarily him, but he is the right man to save our country, regardless of what you think of him. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not voting for him necessarily. I'm voting for him because he is the guy that is standing between the destruction of our country and saving our country. He just happens to be the guy. And so I'm voting for freedom, just like Sandra right here. Absolutely. All right. So that's it. I needed to finish on that because it just came to me. Sandra caused it to come to me. Admit it. You're voting for Trump because of his wicked. Oh, that too, man. That Amy, that makes me smile. It actually made me kind of tear up when he's sitting there doing his dance, whatever that I have it blocked on purpose. Whatever his dance moves are, whatever that was, I can't even do it. And he points and whatever he's doing. Oh, that was it just made my day. It was amazing. He is an incredible dad. He should go after his presidency, after another 12 years. He should go on Dancing with the Stars. I think he will win. Would that be something? He might do it too. He would, if anybody. And I don't watch Dancing with the Stars, but I would watch Dancing with the Stars if President Trump, after his monarchy, because he should be king of the United States. If there's anybody that should be king, it's Donald Trump. I will vote for him for king and he gets to stay. And then after he's done, then it would be so fun to have him go Dancing with the Stars. And he might win. And he would do it, right? He did wrestling, he did football, he did mud wrestling, I'm guessing. He probably did a whole bunch of stuff. I love the man myself. But that's in spite. But whether I love him or not, I'm not voting for him necessarily. I'm voting for his policies, everything, foreign policies, domestic policies, his stand against abortion, his Supreme Court nominations, everything, the whole package. It's not just him. Mike Pompeo. Right, Barr. I can go through the for sure. Kayleigh McEnany. Oh, come on, please. I'm voting for Trump just so that Kayleigh McEnany will stick around for a little bit longer. My God, she is badass. Let's see what trash. Let me see. I almost got up. The head of the FBI, Chris Wray, needs to be fired. Yes. And barred from government employment. FBI and exposed the evidence of the Trump's impeachment. Yes, I agree with you. I thank you, trash MSM. You are right. Trash MSM. You are absolutely right. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate you commenting so much from YouTube. I appreciate you. All right. Now I'm going to get off. I know this is the third time I said I was going to get off. White and orange men can't dance. You might be right. One more thing from trash. This loan would be exonerated. Would have exonerated. Absolutely. The release of that they had it. You were right. They had it. That, I kind of didn't touch on that because I would have gotten this show would be 2 hours long. But there's so much, and that's what I said. That he's not only fighting just for our vote. He's fighting against the FBI, the DOJ, the CIA, the others, right? The other organizations that are in the higher ups. I know FBI agents that are fantastic. I know people, and I'm going to interview hopefully tomorrow somebody that worked for Donald Trump and worked for Obama. I'm hoping to interview her tomorrow night. You will be shocked at her story and what she has to say. And I'm not sure how much she can reveal, but I can't say much more without talking to her first. But she worked for both Obama and Trump, and like 4 or 5 different presidents. And she's amazing. She should be on tomorrow. That's what we're planning on. But yes, you're absolutely right. This would exonerate Trump and convicted Biden and his crime family. This behavior is ridiculous and should be the top. Yes, it's because they're circling the wagons. And it doesn't make any sense. Wolf Blitzer came out the other day and actually trashed Pelosi, which was shocking to everybody, right? So shocking. I hope there's a little bit more of that. At some point, they got to okay, this is enough. We've done enough of this. The circling wagons of a pedophile and Hunter Biden, a crackhead, a thief that has put our country in a compromised position with China and Russia and Iran, I'm guessing, and Iraq and all these other countries. We don't know how far it goes. He's put us in a horrible position. And Biden allowed it to happen and supported it and made it happen. Biden needs to go to jail. The Clintons need to go to jail. And you're right. Many of the Comey and Ray and all those people, they also need to go to jail. But that's for another day. All right, my friends. Again, and this time's for real. I love you guys. I appreciate you watching. Please share, subscribe. If you wouldn't mind, try some of the products of my sponsors. That would be fantastic. That would be very helpful. And that'll be it. I'll see you at the next one. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye.